Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you today? I'm not too bad. I just wanted to start this off. We're doing life with spice. And our spice today is turmeric. But I wanted to say something as we get into this more, that our society today is very an instant gratification society, right? Like, I want to watch YouTube, I want to watch it now. I want to rent, we don't rent videos off Amazon, but some people do, and it's fine. And, I want to watch it now. I don't want to order the DVD, I want to watch it now. And we're very much a very instant gratification society because everything is right at our hands. Now, with our health and healing, a lot of people are on the, oh, I have a cold, I need some medicine. Oh, I have a fever, I need some medicine. Very instant gratification. With herbs and spices, that's not always a thing, okay? Sometimes you will get instant relief. Like when my kids were little, especially the last two, if they were running a fever, they got lavender and a little peppermint essential oil, with a carrier and rubbed all over them and made a believer out of my husband because that took the fever away very quickly. And, so some things you can get instant gratification from, but I want to make sure that you understand that sometimes it takes sacrifice, and sometimes it takes consistency, and sometimes it takes moderation to get the results we want. But there's also other factors in there. There's what you're eating, how you're sleeping, do you exercise? And when I say exercise, I don't mean like the 90X or whatever that, intense series was. Are you getting out there? Are you moving? Are you, being active, doing things? Couch potatoes, no. I love being a couch potato, but that's not moving. Okay, so when we get into this more and there's, wow, this does this and this herb does this, you have to take it in as a whole thing and don't overdo it to get the results you want. Okay, because you could harm yourself. And it's just like drinking, okay, you want a glass of wine versus a bottle of wine, a shot of gin versus, 8 shots of gin, okay? The results are different, and that's how it is with some of these herbs, okay? And my husband is big on this. He's perfect at not sticking to moderation, but thinking that he can overextend and he'll get the same results, and sometimes it has backlashes. Yeah, so he's been lucky. Usually he's just in the bathroom. But anyway, our topic for today is, I guess I'm just jumping into the video. Nope, I can't do that. I have to do this. 3 things, dream big, be true to you, and you are worth it. So now we go to the video. Okay, so today we are working with turmeric. And I will say turmeric. I will skip the R. Don't ask me why. But there's an R in there. It's turmeric. So I should be putting up here a picture of the root. Turmeric is a root. That is what we eat from it. I don't know what the top is. I should have researched that. Or it comes in a powder form. Root or powder. I'll show you the root. I'll show you the powder, okay? It is usually, the powdered stuff is bright orange. So if you get some and it's brown, like cumin, that brownish color, not the bright orange, it's probably not fresh, okay? And I have had some for over a year and it's still orange. I store a lot of them in glass jars, okay? So not fresh, could be just, it wasn't packaged properly, it wasn't taken care of, or it's 10 years old. Who knows? I'm not saying it's not going to flavor your food, but you know, they always say throw your herbs out after a year. I have some in my cupboard that are, what is it? I think it's my allspice. I have whole allspice, and my mom gave it to me when she lived 4 hours away, and she hasn't lived there in the last 13 years. It's still in my cupboard. I still use it. So, okay. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Okay, so turmeric is a warm and drying herb. It is very closely related to ginger, which makes sense, doesn't it? Can have the same properties. Turmeric has lots of benefits and lots of properties, and I don't want you to go overboard on this, but it's amazing. Okay, and I'm going to slaughter these words, just so you know. It's a blood mover. It's an astringent. It's a hemostatic. It's antispasmodic. It's an adaptogen. It's an alterative, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, carminative. Remember, that's the gas one. There were no more anti ones. It's a cholagogue. I like that word. The biggest one you're going to see here is the anti-inflammatory. It's got all those properties, but that is the one we're going to concentrate on. Okay, so in simple forms, this restores proper function of the body. It opens and eliminates. It opens the elimination channels of the body. You know what that is, right? And it gradually restores proper function of the body. So it's not just one thing. You know, like hawthorn berry is very good for your cardiovascular and your heart. You know, turmeric is the whole body. Okay, so it's not easily absorbed into our digestive system. This is what sucks. But I will give you tips on that later, okay? But so remember that it's not easily absorbed. You have to do it correctly. I mean, not that it wouldn't absorb, you know, some, but you want full benefits, okay? That's for later. Great for skin. It can stain it yellow if you are doing a sugar facial scrub. I've never had it stain, okay? But, you know, scrub it on and wash it off. I mean, I've never had it stain, but if you are curious about it, you can, if you make a sugar scrub, you can just try it on your hand and let it sit there for a little while and then see how it washes off. You know, if you're very fair-skinned, you might see more of a staining, and it will stain everything. It will stain your washcloth. It will stain your clothes. It will stain your, it's a great way to, if you want yellow, dish towel or washcloths. totally works for that. It's rejuvenating and restorative. My plant got in the way, and that's a beautiful plant. You know who gave it to me. I love you. Rejuvenating and restoring to the skin because it has antioxidants C and E, which are huge for our immune system. Not just our skin, immune. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. It slows the development of cancer cells. And it stimulates the immune cells that fight cancer. Now, there's been research on this. And I did not write that down, but that's amazing, isn't it? It fights colds and flus. It's good for your heart health, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, digestion, eczema. Okay, I'm going to settle an argument here with one of my relatives. eczema has 3 pronunciations. Eczema, or eczema. Okay, so she's saying it right. I'm saying it right. We're good. I had to put that in there. Okay, helps with bleeding, wounds. Okay, bleeding, wounds, ulcers, diarrhea, liver problems, pain, Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is the new type 3 diabetes. I hadn't heard that. So I'm going to give you a quote from Alchemy of Herbs by Rosalee. Look in the comments below for her full name because I can't say it. Alzheimer's has recently been dubbed, I can't read my own writing, type 3 diabetes because of its strong correlation to this metabolic syndrome. Interesting. Sad, but interesting. Inflammation is the root of many major diseases in today's world. And I believe that. Totally believe that. It makes perfect sense. And everybody has inflammation. Some type, some level of inflammation. We're combating it all the time. Okay, so this cholesterol properties increase bile flow, which in turn fortifies the liver. It's like a tonic for liver cells. Increases ability to process existing toxins from the food and from the toxins that we get from our food. Talked about our food. We're not going to go there. And our environment, which we know, chemicals, pesticides. I mean, they're all over. They're all over. So that's a good thing. We have something to combat it. Aids in the digestion of fats. Some fats are good for you, which is why we put the ghee or the coconut oil in the turmeric tea, the golden milk. Yeah, we need some good fats. So, arthritis. Talking about arthritis complaints. Turmeric cools the joints. I don't know how it cools the joints because it's warm and drying, okay? But somehow it cools the joints and it reduces the inflammation that contributes to arthritis. Side effects of arthritis, drugs. So weigh the concept. All these, I've looked it up. It's ridiculous. You have tons of side effects for arthritis drugs. Or you find a herbalist that can help you with this, and just turmeric. Okay. Turmeric can go in honey, coconut oil, ghee, and taken daily. The other thing is you can go into the health food store and buy, I didn't look this word up, curcumin, okay, I don't know, extract. It's the thing that's in turmeric that's so beneficial, but you're better off taking the whole food, like the turmeric powder, versus the capsules in the health food store. Okay, you can take the whole powdered form and put them in a capsule because depending on how much you are taking daily, it's just easier to take, to get that full benefit. You can put them in your own capsules. Don't buy the health food store ones because they are just they're removing that one little ingredient and leaving the rest. And the rest has other properties, okay? You don't do that. Eat the whole food. Okay. Type 2 diabetes is the most common cause of kidney failure. It's awful. Okay. Tips to help absorption. To get the most out of the herb, okay? Add 3% of fresh ground black pepper into turmeric. The 3% kind of threw me, but I was like, well, if you have 1 gram, that means it's 0.03 grams, which is like what, of your pepper grinder, maybe a little more. So just a good rule of thumb is add pepper whenever you're using turmeric, okay? Just do it, which I should really do. Oh, okay. So I mix it with coconut oil, and it makes this beautiful yellow color, and I will cook it. My eggs in it. I should actually do that with my tallow. That'd be good. Cook my eggs in it. I will put it on bagels or toast or in my golden milk if I feel like it. Yeah, it's just we'll go to the kitchen later and do that. But it's I should really be putting pepper in there. I never thought of it. Well, because you can oil pull with that too, the turmeric. Turmeric is good for teeth. Dumb as that sounds. It's good for teeth. They didn't list that, but I've seen that other places. But anyway, or you can take it in heated oil. So oil that has been warmed up. Because the heat plus the oil extracts the necessary components to make it easily absorbed. Which is, okay, so that's what we did with the coconut oil, or I did with the coconut oil, is it's heated to incorporate it. So maybe it counts, even though I don't have black pepper in there. Okay, if you're going to use it for culinary use, 1 gram per day is perfectly fine. So, you throw it on your eggs. I should show you what 1 gram is. It's probably 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'll try and remember to measure that later to give you a good idea. Yeah, 1 gram is 0.04 ounces. If you do, okay, 1 gram a day. Maybe it's 1 teaspoon, whatever. 1 teaspoon a day is nothing. Specific conditions. So if you're using this for inflammation or something specific, it's easier to put in a capsule, not from the health food store. Okay, get your own powdered turmeric and put it in a capsule. Fun, easy. Yeah, there's a trick to that. You might want to make a paper funnel. Just use my grocery list. It's cake decorating, but let's make a little funnel. Or get a little funnel. You can get little ones for nail polish and micas. They're little. They work perfect. Anyways, don't ask me how I know this. Okay, so powdered, you can take 1 to 10 grams per day. It's a good rule. If you're making a tincture, please look up how to make tinctures. Don't just dump the alcohol in there and think you're good. It's a 1 to 2 ratio. 60% alcohol, 2 to 4 milliliters, 2 to 3 times a day. We have an interesting, I haven't been there, it's called Oak Tree Remedies in our town here. And she, I haven't checked her out, but, she might sell a turmeric tincture, or you can ask her about it to make you one. Because unless she buys them, but a tincture is different than, you're buying the whole herb, because the tincture is used with the whole herb. It's not pulling the components out and then making the tincture. It's using the whole herb, so it's the whole food. Okay? Remember, stains everything. If you take too much, okay, you will be thirsty. You will have hot flashes. You will have night sweats. If you're a guy, you're gonna find out what a menopausal woman feels like. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. Combine it with ghee, or a demulcent herb oil, honey. And demulcent is it's a one that marshmallow root is what I think of. It probably isn't that. It's soothing, okay? It's going to soothe your passages so that, just take it with, it's easier to take it with ghee or oil or honey, believe me. Warnings. Pay attention. If you are on blood thinners or you have blood clotting disorders, avoid large amounts. Okay? Does not mean you cannot cook with it. Okay? But if you never know. If your recipe calls for 1/2 cup of turmeric in the stew or in the soup or whatever, maybe that's too much. You might want to figure out how many. Oh, maybe it's a big pot. Stick to that 1 to 2 grams. Don't go above that. Especially, I just feel culinary is different than when you're trying to take capsules or tinctures. Okay, check with your doctor. Avoid large amounts. Also avoid large amounts, and this is controversial. So this means Western medicine says it, but the rest of the world does not. If you have gallstones, and if you're a pregnant and breastfeeding woman. That last one I just don't agree with. But we're not going to get into that. But even if you mix it and you put it on your toast or whatever, I think it would take a lot to be large amounts, because she's saying large amounts. Okay. Golden milk. If you saw the tea video from this month, we made that. That was delightful. That was so yummy. I drank both batches. I kid you not. So that was like, what, almost 2 teaspoons? I drank the whole batch. I sat there afterwards and it was so good. It did not put me to sleep. That would have been beautiful. But anyway, you can put this in honey, vinegars, oil, ghee, coconut oil. That's what I do. You can also make a bath or foot soak with it. Mix it first. Don't just sprinkle it in the bath. I mean, you could if you don't care, but you might want to mix it with a little water first. Okay. So now we are going to the kitchen, and we are going to make. What are we making? We are going to make a gold oil by McBride. It is for culinary use. I'm so excited to do this. You can find her. It's a video that she does. So if you want more explanation, you might want to check hers out. Okay. And then I think we're going to do the, because I need more anyway, the coconut and turmeric. I'll show you. And we're going to add black pepper. I was going to do an herbal salt, and so maybe we'll do all 3. Okay, yeah. So anyway, hang tight. Let's go to the kitchen. Okay, now to the gold oil. I am using Spectrum organic olive oil. Here's my turmeric. I can't even spell turmeric. I'm not illiterate. My parents were married. And some fennel seed. Did I show you my coriander? Oh, here's my coriander seed. That's just the turmeric in the root form, like I showed you earlier. Here's my cumin seed. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. And my fenugreek seed. I'm not even sure if that's how you say that. But anyway, I'm going to dump this out because I'm not sure how much is left. Okay? Hopefully it's close to a cup so we don't have to do some mass work with this. Yep. It's close to a cup. I know it is. So I'm going to add pretty much. So if you start with a dry bottle, I'm going to put it back in this bottle because it's perfect. Any bottle will work. But I found, if you dump a powdered substance and then a watered oil on top, it's hard to get that bottom part mixed up really well. So just keep that in mind. Here's my funnel. So 1 teaspoon equals 3 grams of 2 to 3. It was really debating. So 2.5. Okay. All the herbs are powdered, or I'll be grinding them. So 1 tablespoon turmeric and 1.5 tablespoons coriander seed powdered. 1 teaspoon fennel and 1/2 teaspoon fenugreek and 1/2 teaspoon of the cumin seed. And then I just put them in my spice grinder / coffee grinder. Don't ever use it for coffee. And ground it up really fine as I could get. And put it into my funnel. I did have to tap it down to get it all down. So, okay, see the herbs on the bottom there? I am just going to pour my oil back into this jar because it is a stellar jar. Oh, I forgot salt and pepper. Sorry. It's like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon salt, and then I just ground the pepper to try and get close to 1/2 teaspoon. It was more like 1/4, but between 1/4 and 1/2. And then I poured my oils, and I poured them all the way around the funnel so that I could get every little bit of spice that was left just clinging to the funnel. You know what I mean? They just kind of, because of static electricity probably. And then you just put the cap on and you shake the heck out of it. And when you're all done using this, you can use this right away. Best to let it set for 2 weeks. Okay? And shake it every day. Put it in a dark corner or cabinet. Shake it every day for 2 weeks. But you can use it right away. And make sure you label it. Okay, and on to the coconut oil, turmeric, and black pepper. I put this on toast. I put this on bagels. I put it on everything. There's the turmeric on the bottom that I had left over yet. I'm really bad about mixing it in, but that's okay. I did about, I did 4 ounces of coconut oil, but it seemed to be closer, like a cup, you know, because it wasn't melted down. That's about what it looked like, you know, when I stuck it in the jar. There is really no rhyme or reason. I'm just telling you this for, you know. And then, yeah, because I weighed it out. Don't ask me why. I'm weird like that. The board in the back, it's a puzzle. It's just there because I didn't want you to see the rest of my house. And then 1 teaspoon of turmeric in here. And I put it in my trusty old little crock pot with water. And I put it on to high for about 15-20 minutes. It's about all it takes. And then I put it on low and let it set there for about an hour, just steeping. And then you can put the cover on and you're good to go. You can use it at any time and it will solidify, but that's okay. This is turmeric and eggs. Oh my gosh, my mother gave me this recipe. It is so good. You need half an onion, 1 little root of turmeric, and 2 eggs. We have farm fresh eggs, 1 blue, 1 brown. So all you do is cut the onion up, and I peeled the turmeric root. I'm not sure, but that seemed to be the way people were using it. And I just chopped it up the long way, and then I'll chop it up again into pieces. Look at my knife. That juice was all over everything. Like, my fingers were kind of tinted, you know, but so in the pan I have some ghee because my husband broke the butter dish and I didn't have any butter out, and salt and pepper, and then add the onions and the turmeric, and you want to just saute them for like 5 to 7 minutes until they are a nice golden brown. These had like a minute left, but they were getting there. Oh, it's just unbelievably yummy. I can't even describe it. But, so then I just cracked my eggs in there and cooked my eggs. And I ended up scrambling them. And this is our gold oil that we made. Now you can wait 2 weeks. You can eat it right away, but I'm going to wait 2 weeks with the rest of it. But I decided I wanted some on here. And, oh man. Yum, 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 yum. That's all I can say. Okay, to the spice blend. It's a garam masala. So you have 1 tablespoon coriander and grind all your spices to a powder. Okay? This is for meats and veggies. You can even Google it. It is 1/2 tablespoon turmeric. This recipe is from learningherbs.com. And then you need 1 tablespoon cumin. This is my own ground cumin, so you can see it's kind of shreddy. It's not powdery. And then we need 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon and a 1/2 teaspoon clove. Do you see the whole cloves in there? And 1/2 teaspoon cardamom, ground. Do you see the pods? Oh, the pods are so cool. I do have another recipe we're going to use those for. And you just put it into a bowl all together, mix it up well, and put it in an airtight little jar, and you are good to go. All ready, set. And there you have it. That has been Life with Spice, Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, turmeric. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.